Alright, got a washing machine leaning way off to the side. Got coins inside, which is bad news. This thing is dirty as heck. But I'll get the coins and stuff later. What I want to get after is...
Welcome back to Kung Fu Maintenance, where I show you how to make the most likely repairs you'll need to make in your lifetime. If you'd like to get the latest videos, subscribe and then hit the little bell icon right at the subscribe button, and it'll notify you of any new videos when they're released for you.
Washing machine leaning way off to the side. Got coins inside, which is bad news. This thing is dirty as heck. But I'll get the coins and stuff later. What I want to get after is if we can actually fix this thing up or not. So, let's try. Front panel here. Actually got my drill. So, then what we've got is screws, one on each side. Can't really see them, but you can feel them. This is a 5/16. 6-in-1 screwdriver works really good for getting after it. There we go. Yeah, watch out, stuff is sharp in there. What we're going to do is take a look at the shocks down below. Sometimes you can spin them back on, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you need new shocks and you got to pull the whole machine apart. Here's our disconnect switch. Okay, now we can remove the and now yeah, there's a screw that holds this on. This is going to need to be reset up higher. These are notorious for slipping down as the machine wobbles around, and this is an off-in leak source, so that's something I'm going to need to go a bit deeper on. But it's not our story today, but it is part of the story and something to watch for when you're servicing these. If you're in between occupants, it's probably a good idea to look at these things. Before anything gets bad. Alright, now we've got a screw on each side, one here and one here, to remove the front panel. So just one on each side. The other one right here. Sorry about the poor light, but I'm very busy, so just, you guys have seen these a few times before. Okay, the thing is nasty. Lift up, pull this off the teeth. Okay, and here's the shocks, and I was telling you about. You could see that it's started to come unscrewed, so I hate to even touch these things, but you can see how the machine is leaning all the way to the left. So what we're going to try to do is turn this back on. It's not always possible. The shock is in pretty bad shape. If that doesn't work, what you've got is bolts that bolt this entire plate in. There's one here, and I believe there's one on the other side as well. And then you can move the whole tray out. You have to disconnect the hoses from both sides and remove the whole thing out as one unit. Pull your disconnect wire for the motor. And then these are mounted underneath, and it's a heck of a headache to change them. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we can possibly. Oh, but no. Yeah, Pretty crazy. I'm not getting any movement, any ability to move it. We just got bad shocks. All right, well, that's the story. Bad shocks on this one. And I don't have any luck moving any which way. Different option here on this one, as long as it'll find its balance. What we've got is the spring is holding back there on the left side. What we can do is possibly switch it to this side, and that way the spring would be pulling down on this end instead of pulling down on the back end. So I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to try that. Let's see what we have. Put you guys there. I gotta reach into the thing. This enough to be strong. I might not be able to get it that way. I might have to go out of the bottom one first. Which I did. I accidentally caught it on the hose. Make sure I didn't puncture the darn hose. That's all fun and games until that happens. But what we can do now is take it and put it on this deal instead. Yeah. And then anchor it down in the deal right here. In. Okay. Now we're sitting. Better. All right. And I'm hoping I didn't puncture my hose. I'm gonna need to check that. Gonna clean that out real quick. So I'm gonna leave it open. I'm gonna put the lid back on, and then we're gonna test it and run it and go through the spin cycle and see how we do. Here goes the lid. All right. Move this one over. Plug in the disconnect switch. Alright. And we're ready to run it and test it. At least in a little better. Nice. So I'm going to pull it off. Make sure we still find our balance. Alright. So we repositioned our deal and got away with not replacing the shocks. It's definitely sitting much better. I was way off to the side, so now somebody gets to clean this monster. But I also got to make sure I don't have a leak on that hose, so I'm going to need to, not out of the clear yet, is when I pulled that spring off. I'm just going to go a little water. I don't want too much. I think that's good. And I'll add more later. And I should have really got that coin out of there. Let's just make sure no leaks. Good, no leaks. We're good. All right. We have fixed the washing machine. A nasty one. All right. I'll need to come back with a pair of channel locks and slip this up. You see right here, it's slipped down so far that it's definitely been leaking. So that's the next deal. But I'm gonna survive another day or another few years. All right. Okay, I came back with a deal to put that up there, but I did want to check this out even with a bit more water. So now I've got a good amount of water in the bin to really prove this out. Yeah. That'll be enough. There we go. Alright, definitely no leaking, so that's good. Good, good, good. Now I can put this back together and slip this deal up. Again, I should have removed the coin first, but I'll do that as I pull this lid off here. Some of these machines will let the coin go past. Checked the agitators on this one and they were working, so it was good. Disconnect the disconnect switch. Okay, and here we go. I'm gonna set that hose back up. Got a pair of vice grips, work good. Channel locks work good. It's a little, you know, it's always tricky no matter how you do it. But here we go. So grab the hose where I can get it somewhere. Okay, so what I need to do is tighten this up a little bit. So I'm just going to use my here just to get a little more tighter. And I may need to actually start over here. There we go. There we go. Now I can slip this up and in the whole deal. In theory. Just gonna get this out of my way. Okay. There we go. It's in. Now we can slip this back up. Release it nice and easy. There we go. Now we're nice and high up on the deal. Ready to reinstall. Okay. So now ready for our door. This just hangs back and anchors on the 2 feet. There's definitely more that can be done on this. Different subject for another time. Slip this plastic bag back up onto its steel. And we're just hanging this on the teeth on the front. It's got the 2 teeth. They're facing this way though. Just anchor them on that. go. Got them both. And now our screws. Get down through and in. Other side. That one. Now the next one. There we go. Sometimes you gotta kind of move this one out of the way. This one will re-anchor. One deal goes under, one over. It's got a little peg, goes into the hole right there, and then got our anchor screw there. Got our lid switch, or our lid, and our disconnect. These have the two flat deals here. These right here. These, you want to make sure you don't lose those. Some people will tape them on to make it a little easier. I just hold it the right way so that they don't drop and go through. If they go through, you just have to reorient them through the hole. A little bit tricky, but possible. And don't forget to plug in your disconnect switch. Alright. So now with the lid, just going to slide it forward so that it catches under the two little deals that it slides under. There we go. And then we've got our two screws here to go into the deals back there. You won't really be able to see them. I was pretty much doing it blind and just feeling for the hole to get it started. Feel I got that one started. Now the other one. Alright, got it started. And now my screwdriver. Gotta watch out because everything's sharp in there. There we go. Here we go. Now we're back in business. Just got a coin in there that I gotta get out. You see we're more balanced over now. It's reasonable.
Agitator dogs are working good.
It's not actually a coin. Well, at least it's not necessarily only a coin. It's a piece of metal. That is actually a type of holding clip, I believe, for something. All right. And yeah, there is a coin under there still. There we go. Quarter. There's more. Whoop. There it is. All right, and done. Cool. We did it. It's all clear, and you know, again, it's not perfect, but it finds its balance. does what it's supposed to do, it's good enough. And maybe just, you know, it's on its last leg anyway, but it's still alive for now. Done deal. Oh, almost forgot my cover up here. So it's just 2 Phillips screws. This usually has a little seal that's missing. That's unfortunate. It usually has a little gasket that goes on the back to keep it from rattling. Sometimes we can make something out of another little piece of rubber or insulation, anything you can use to kind of keep the back plate from rattling. Even a little piece of plastic put in there can be better than sitting and rubbing. Get creative with whatever and put it underneath there just to keep it from rubbing if it was rattling real bad and giving you a bunch of noise or something. Alright, it's a done deal. Thanks for watching. Kung Fu Maintenance. Over and out. Back in the mix. Just needs a deep cleaner. A quick search on my YouTube channel of whatever your maintenance needs are. You should find a bunch of different material that'll be helpful to your maintenance needs.
Living through the message, reading through a message, passing through a message, writings on the wall. Time and tribulation, so much abomination, passing through a message, time will tell. Weighed in the balance, all are found in wanting. Only one righteous, only one God. Delivered